This is the column a community built, and it really is, because this community has come together, and we know for a fact it has knocked down the curve. It has to have flattened it out, because this stuff kills the virus. My name is John Borden, Sandstone Distillery. There was a shortage of alcohol to make hand sanitizer. And when we tried to find bulk alcohol to buy, there was none available. The only way to fulfill the need was to create it from scratch ourselves. There were people from all over the place that were just desperate for it because they were scared. I mean, you would not believe that people would drive 100 miles for a small little bottle, and there'd be tears in their eyes when you gave it to them and you didn't charge them for it because we wanted everyone to have some on their hands. We started giving away our very first bottle on March 19th, and it hasn't slowed down. The machine behind me, Gabe, that has been a 5-year project. It was a rescue from the scrap man. It's kind of like rescuing puppies, but we rescue big copper pots instead. And actually, we never ever planned on making this the 95% high proof alcohol to make sanitizer with Gabe. Not really. But it was just in such a situation to where that's what's happening. That's what's needed. This piece right here, it was the result of the pandemic. And we were making hand sanitizer about 20 gallons a day, but the need was far greater. You put it through a still like this one, it will do 10 gallons an hour. About a week into the crisis, we drew it out on a piece of scrap cardboard with my friend Brad, and who owns True Point Metalworks, and we started the design and then built it from there. It's happening!
My name's Brad Tarvett. I'm the owner of True Point Metalworks. We make anything that anybody has an idea they want made. John called me and says, "Brad, could you come over and talk to me for a little while?" He says, "Well, we've been thinking of a way to get Gabe into service so we can increase production."
Yeah, we can do it. And here we are.
Haven't got everything figured out yet, but I got a plan.
Got a question though. As you lift that up, is your ladder going to go blurp? Yay, it fits!
When this was going on, before we started on it, I'd closed the shop. I just didn't know what was happening, a little bit afraid of what was going to happen with the virus. So when John called on Friday and we started, yeah, let's build this, it seemed to me like that would be a really good reason, what you'd qualify as essential or important work. That's always a lot more fun. And we've been working on this column straight through for the last 5 weeks.
It's a miracle. It's astonishing that they were able to construct this device in that period of time, especially when you know all the intricacies of the inside. There's 20 of these little plates in here, and each plate has 5,000 holes drilled in it. Deflegmator at the top, that's a word, deflegmator. It has hundreds and 600 holes in 2 pieces that all had to be welded.
There's 835 feet of copper tubing, all welded together.
It weighs like 400 pounds.
The fun part's going to be when we put the deflagellator or whatever that is.
However you say that word. The deflegmator. 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 People still don't believe that's a word.
Oh yeah, it's been a different project, but it's been a lot of fun, and I've learned a lot about the distilling process.
The process of making hand sanitizer, a lot of people are just like, well, you just take some Everclear or moonshine, you put some aloe vera in, stir it around, and there you go, hand sanitizer. And, and that is better than a dog turd if you're going to sanitize your hands. But there are a lot of impurities in there. To make it really proper so that it's good for a hospital, what you need to do is have alcohol that has been refined and purified to a 95% pure or higher, which is 190 proof or higher. Then you use distilled water to proof it down to about 80%. And then what we use is 99.7% pure glycerin. Then there's 3% hydrogen peroxide, and that kills any of the last little buggies that the other stuff doesn't kill. Then that's how you make this stuff. To make 20 gallons of the alcohol takes about 36 hours. You can't leave. When it's distilling, you have to be here. So for the first 5 weeks of this madness, we slept on the floor here. It was 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It was crazy. The support of the community to this project has been astronomical. We ran out of bottles and we couldn't get bottles. So we put out a Facebook page, social media and Instagram and whatnot. Hey, can anybody find any bottles? Because if you find them for us, we'll fill them for free for all the people in need. So they started pouring in right and left. The support of the money that's come through that little paper bag that says donations appreciated. So the real smart ass people, what they would do is they'd wrap a $1 bill around a $100 bill and drop that in there. And at the end of the day, we'd all start crying again because because they, the generosity of our community has just been astounding. I mean, I've said this all the time. I have not cried in the first 3 weeks of this. I hadn't cried that many times in 3 weeks I had in the last 55 years of life. I mean, it's just been like that.
It just seems really important to be involved in something that benefits everybody. It's good to be part of the solution.
And it's just amazing the way everyone's come together. And so, hey, thank you